Attention all activity providers, let me introduce you to the official sponsor of the Start, Grow, Scale podcast. Meet Pebble, the award-winning platform that will help you manage your admin and streamline your day-to-day business, freeing up your time to focus on what you love, running your fantastic activities for children. Why choose Pebble? It's simple. Fast setup, intuitive platform, and hands-on customer success team ready to spend less time on admin and more time on creating incredible classes. Visit bookpebble.co.uk and join a community of over 1,000 activity providers today. Quote the code CHRISSY24 when joining to get your first month on the platform for free. A children's activity expert here in the UK, working with providers across the globe to help them start, grow and scale their children's activity business by unlocking their potential to maximise their income so they get to do what they love. Hello everyone, so I'm back with another podcast and I'm outdoors again because that seems to be the best place for when my ideas currently flow. And I wanted to give you some tips and tricks and hints and motivation that I've had this week here at the Children's Activity Business Club. So I suppose it's a bit of a roundup of what's going on right now. So Monday, I headed up to Newcastle for the Atomicon conference, which is one of the best marketing and sales conferences here in the UK for small business owners. And I have to say, it did not disappoint. I headed off to the big glass house, which is apparently formerly known as Sage, where there was over 1,000 business owners who come together to attend this conference, which is actually in its 10th year. And it was a brilliant day. So let me go through what actually happened. So first of all, the hosts welcomed us, which is Andrew and Pete, who have been hosting this event for the last 10 years. And their keynote speech was all about knocking over the big domino, which is going to have the most impact on your business. And the only way I can describe it is like when you've got this big, long journey ahead and people say to you, small acorns lead to big trees. And we know that obviously to be true, but we also know it's going to take a long time. And sometimes it takes a long time to start a business, to grow it and scale it. And they were talking about picking one thing, which is your big domino, that could have a massive impact on your business and knock over all the little dominoes so that you can get there quicker. And I completely understand that. So things like, when people say, I'll just organically post on my social media and I'll take, 2 years to build my audience up, which I get because I've been there. But when you're trying to grow the business and scale the business, there comes a point where you're like, literally, let's just get the ads on, get the paid ads on, because you want to speed up the process. So you want to stop mucking around with obviously trying to do it slowly, and you're like, let's speed it up. So then you learn about ads. You may get an ad strategist into your business, just like I have. That's their job. That's all they know about. They're obsessed with ads. So they can do all the things so much quicker than you can. So that would be like a big domino in my business. So that was the start of the day. Find that big domino and then look at how you can knock it down and it would make a massive impact on your business. Then we had Davina McCall up. Oh, don't you just love Davina? So funny, because when I was younger, people, when she was on Big Brother, people used to say to me all the time, you look like Davina McCall. It's like, I'm not so sure, but, I quite happily look like her now. Gee whiz, she looks good for her age. But she came up talking about be yourself, be authentic was her messaging. She was just talking about all the things she was saying about when she wanted to start talking about menopause. She was told, by her advisors not to do it, that this was going to probably kill her career. And she said she did it anyway because it was having such a massive impact on her life. And from her talking about the menopause, it opened up so many more opportunities. And look at her now, she is the one that's been championing it for women in the UK. So it was totally the right call for her. And then we had another lady that took to the stage to talk about unleashing your confidence. And it was a lady called Jen. She was from America. Holy moly, the Americans just are on a different level. Honestly, she took to the stage and she just completely owned that stage for the next, I think she was on for about 45 minutes. It didn't feel like that. It went super fast. And she was talking about her journey and basically, again, about, I love this line, begin before you start, just get going. And she was talking about when she started doing Facebook Lives that she absolutely hated it because she was an introvert. Her lives, like she does a little demonstration, she has a little video promo of her at the beginning and where she come to, that she was like, I hated doing Facebook Lives, but every day I did it and I made myself do it. And literally, it just showed how she'd evolved over that period of time. And now she's an international motivation speaker. And it just shows that if you go out of your comfort zone and do the things that you don't want to do, that challenge you, you can take those steps every single day. So if you're a provider right now, because you know I'm a big advocate of going live, and you're still like scared to do it, it's just about taking that first step. It's recognizing that you are a beginner in that process, and we all have to start somewhere, and it will get easier as time goes. And now she does like a daily Instagram live every morning of her doing her makeup. Like that's when she does her lives, and then she uses them on her podcast and she puts them into her private Facebook group, you know, repurposing all the content. So I love that. So she was absolutely amazing. She did this like a meditation piece that was like 1 minute 47, where she talked about where you would be in 2025 and what would that feel like. Oh, it was so emotional. So yeah, that was so cool. Then I went off and did this other session with a guy. You know, I can't remember his name. I think it was Sam. That was all about lead generation and making sales. So he was really cool. So I'll check him out and find out what that was all about. And then I went to some other sessions all about marketing and taking messy action. And sometimes you just got to realize that everything is in a mess. And that could be just the way it is. Doesn't mean you can't be successful. And then I went to see Linda Plant. Oh, what a great interview that was. So Linda was absolutely amazing to listen to. She was giving us all the little hints and things that are going on behind the scenes at The Apprentice, telling how she started. She'd left school at the age of 15, was running her first market stall. By the age of 21, she had 2 children, and she was going out to Hong Kong and shipping and trading and bringing products into the UK. And then her family had like 14 market stalls before she then went and bought her business, built her business, sold it, all of the things. So she was absolutely incredible to listen to. And then we finished with a keynote speaker at the end of the day. Her name was Lisa. I thought she was amazing. She was originally from North London. She now lives in LA. She sold her business for over $1 billion, which is craziness. And she was just talking about all about the confidence. It's all about the belief in yourself. And I love this quote where she had, when the poop hits the fan, get the goggles on, because that's just part of running a business. Just embrace it. So she was really, really cool. So Atomicon was an amazing day. Loved every single moment of it. And it was great to spend the day with all business owners who were all looking to do the same thing, which is to be successful in their own right. And that's my tip to you. I keep telling everyone, surround yourself with the right people that are going to lift you up, who are going to pull you with them, which is what we do in the Children's Activity Business Club, which is why I love the club. And right now, we're gearing up for the 1K in 7-day challenge, which I can't wait to get started. When this podcast is released, we'll be in the middle of it. And we've got all of those guys in the Children's Activity Club taking part. And we've got the Market Like a Pop Star group that are all taking part, who have actually been so good. They've been really brilliant students, turning up every week for live sessions, training, implementing, getting results. One provider's already made over £1,000 in 24 hours. I cannot be more happy about that. So if you are a provider who is looking to grow their business, to scale their business, to earn more money, to get paid so you can do what you love, then you need to come and join me in the Children's Activity Business Club, because that's where I'm putting all my work right now, and all the effort is going into that group club, because I know that everyone in there can do all the things. I know they can because I'm seeing them doing it day in, day out. So if you've loved today's podcast, please share it with another provider out there. Remember, start before you begin, which I absolutely love. And remember, when the poop hits the fan, get the goggles on. I will see you when I host my next podcast very, very soon. Bye for now.